Hello chess friends, I am playing a 10 minutes game on FICS as a guest because on this computer I couldn't manage to log in. And I'm playing the French here. I think White tries to play some sort of Tarrasch. Okay. Let's put the queen here. If the bishop moves here, that pawn would fall. So that bishop is hindered for now. Of course, with longer games, it's way easier to cheat using a computer. Exchange of queens. Well, I'll let him exchange the queens here, and then knight comes to f5 here. Maybe I should have taken before, but then if queen takes, then I have isolated double pawns on the b file. So I let him take first. Of course, knight f5 here, protecting c5 with the bishop and attacking the bishop, attacking the pawn, attacking everything. Maybe even c4 in such a position, and if it takes, I can push this pawn. I have an open rook file, and I think that would be better for me. Yeah, I have an open rook file. I can... Well, this is not really a move, come on. This is a child's move. This is a child's move. f6 immediately to exploit such a continuation. And I can try to double the e-pawns here. Okay. That's an idea to stop my threat. But if he doesn't take now, I can take with knight e5, and then he takes, and I take back with the knight, gaining a very important central pawn. You see, this pawn formation is no good for white with this pawn on e3. This is because he allowed me to take simply okay, I take this way, then I can take this way, and again c5 one day. Well, if we bishop here, if he takes, I will recapture with the pawn, and I will have a massive pawn center. If you have the bishop pair, you should open up the game slowly. See how nice this rook is on that file. This rook is nice on that file as well. He needs to play a3 to being able to move that a rook away. That all costs him time. I can take now here. The knight would be pinned, so the pawns are doubled then. Maybe I should first take here. Take. Okay. Takes. Knight takes. Okay. Let me retreat and move this bishop to c7, from where it can attack e5. I just have to look out for any moves. Let's look. Maybe first play this. So there's no preferable b5 move. I'm kinda killing his counterplay by that, I hope at least. If here takes en passant, we capture a rook over, and then I should close for now. Rook a4 maybe, blocking the queen side. Take that. Or should I go c5 here? Could go back. Let's go here. Continuing with the plan. I would have fantastic pawns in the center if I achieved that plan. I'm playing quite fast here. I had just a blitz session, but I played for too long. The video got too long, so I have to do shorter blitz videos, and I can upload them as well. Now I'm in blitz mode, kinda playing fast. Takes, if knight takes, bishop takes, that would make this bishop bad, but it can reroute here and here. Bishop can come here and here as well, taking away the one of the two rook files on the b file. Without thinking, that rook could come to here or here, and if knight here, that doesn't do anything. I can push with c5 if I want to. The light squared bishop is no bad piece here at all, because I have such great pawns. This bishop will come to life with gradual and good play. Okay, how to proceed now? First the king here, so that rook can come over if needed. You can have it. Just take it. This rook is bound to look over this pawn, so he can exchange his only active rook. I should come over to... Let's firstly reroute that bishop to here, then to c2, or maybe here. If I go with my rook, he can push his pawn, but maybe that's no good either. Then I can take this pawn, and he cannot push on. Maybe I should go here. If I play here, this knight has to move back. But I have to protect this pawn then. So, firstly, c5 here. Knight has to go back. Yes. Knight has to go back, and after knight b3, for example, bishop here, taking away that rook file. So the rook cannot attack my pawn here, giving or exchanging the pawns. I'm keeping my pawns, I'm not helping him, and I'm having a very nice diagonal. And here my bishop should be better than his knight. So the bishop can come to c5, and then with b5 the pawn side, the queen side pawns are fixed. Or I can play rook here, bishop here, and b5, anchoring my pawns on the queen side, and then I can proceed grabbing this pawn or this pawn. This is weaker, so if I manage to take this first, it will be good. So here and here. Well, I'm not playing g6 or g5 because that knight would be very strong here probably. So back to here, if rook here, king goes back here maybe. If rook here, or what the heck? If rook here and bishop here, then rook here attacking the bishop. What was this? My opponent resigned. Okay, I hope you liked the game, and I hope you got something out of it. Let's recap. I played the French. After the advanced variation here with e5, just push c5, just develop your knights. I wouldn't take on b3 because that would open up the rook's file. I rather let him open mine. I prepare the move knight f5, pressurizing the d4 pawn with pawn, knight, knight, and queen. Bishop d3. Well, I think this just runs into knight f5, takes, and now I'm reinforcing the c pawn. I have more pawns towards the center, and I have an open a file. Here, takes, f6, because now we reach the semi-end game, so to speak. There are no queens on the board, so we can open up the game without tears. Bishop e5, because I was threatening to take, and if knight takes, doubling the pawns. So this is hindering this plan. I'm threatening now to take with the standard French tactics, to take on e5, and that would force the bishop to retreat here, looking at this knight, defending it, or takes with check, and I can recapture with my knight. So he took, and now I can even take on e5, take on d4, and push c5 at the right moment. But I played slower. Rook here, and from now on a6, a3 to liberate this rook, and I'm closing the position, but I can open it later on. And with this pawn I'm kinda controlling here. And he doesn't like it, so he exchanges off pawns. I renew the threat of doubling pawns in the center, and the king was in that diagonal, so I can take and have a winning endgame position. I of course never would exchange off that rook, so to undouble his pawns, because that's my winning positional factor. And now I'm left with an active rook against a passive rook, and a knight versus bishop with bad pawns for white. And the bishop is going to open up or to conquer diagonals, as you see. c5, and now gaining control or keeping control of the b file still, and rook here trying to get that pawn, eventually get this pawn as well, or this pawn. So I'm slowly infiltrating with my king, probably. b5 would stop white's counterplay on the queen side altogether. The rook cannot come here, and if the rook comes here, maybe one day I will kick it there as well, but the pawns are falling. And in this position my opponent saw that he could do nothing and resigned. Hope you got something out of this. Well, let's look forward to the next video. Thanks. Please comment, subscribe, and like the video if you did.